You want to get naked? What? You feel naked? Well, if you feel like if you feel, but now, over time, I realize it's an expression.
Yeah.
I don't know how to spell it either.
I think it's actually quite similar to being naked.
Yeah,
like everything stripped away.
Knackered. Evidently.
Knackered.
Okay, now I'm getting it. All right, let's see what we got here. We're live, but not going to roll it out yet. Let's see here. First show of the day.
Oh, good morning.
First of 4 today.
Right. Okay. Wow. Can you see? Am I bright enough? I don't know whether I'm a bit dark.
No, you're bright enough. You're doing good. You're fine.
Okay.
All right, let's see here. Okay, we're going to get started here in just a second.
No worries.
Knackered. Knackered. We got 28 people in the house. All right.
Wow, good.
We got sound. We've got 3 people, Sarah and a few other people in the Zoom room.
Denise, my friend.
Denise
Chadwick.
Yes. I thought you guys wanted to come on together at some point.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. I call her the dragon lady, but she said that sounds like I'm really scary. She's really gentle, but she births dragon eggs. She's awesome and very gentle. And I'm not physically met her yet.
You're not. Oh, you've not physically met. Well, y'all seem to me like twins or something.
Yeah.
And even before I knew you guys had any kind of friendship. Hello, Mary Cooper, Gaia Man, Agnes, and Christine Skoglund from Sweden. Amy Sunshine, Tom Bear, Janine Banrion. If you haven't checked out the Freedom Network, I would highly recommend you do that. She's doing some great shows. Maria Iverson, also from Sweden. Valerie Peterman. Fiona Mannix, Jay Reed. Shanine says knackered is Irish.
Oh yeah, the knacker's yard. It's not very nice.
Y'all can say knackered. I'm going to say naked.
I think that's a bit better because the reference is rather horrible. It means an knacker's yard, the killing animals, I think.
Oh no, we don't want to.
So yeah, I better change that. I think.
Get naked,
yeah,
not naked.
Yeah.
Cheryl Lee, hello Cheryl Lee. Dina Doucette is here. All right, and Denise Chadwick, Leela Durovic, Katarina de Amor.
Oh, hello, Leela. Hi.
Sherry Whiting from Ontario, Canada. Pia, another one from Sweden. Pia, give me a second. How Marstutter. Jade White from Liverpool. Been a while, long time no see. Erin Lee, seen you a lot lately. Denise says she is a dragon lady. Jade White says knackered. Knackered means tired in Liverpool. I think that's how Morgan uses it.
Yeah.
Naveen Kazar's here, dear friend. Jolene K. Whitesell. And we got 36 people in the house. Let me just share it to the network real quick, and we'll get started. So I asked Elizabeth before we got on to Facebook, how are you feeling today? And she said, a bit knackered. And I said, naked. And she said, knackered. I said, how do you spell that? She goes, well, I'm dyslexic. I think you spell it Knackered, something like that. So she's feeling a bit knackered. And last night, I think we're at the end of the time zones out here in Hawaii. And so it must have been right around midnight or approaching midnight. And the very powerful energy came in. Very powerful, extremely powerful. It actually started, I think, during the day for me. I did a show with Luke Elijah out of Singapore.
Oh.
He's got quite a following on YouTube and does some great work. It's our second show together. So I have the computer set up on New York time. And so I looked at the clock when I was on the show with him, and it was 12:22 a.m. 6/3/2019, or June the 3rd, 2019. Which Romeo Barron put up a comment and said, "Today, this is a powerful, powerful portal, 36912." I really think that something huge came in yesterday. In my own experience, it did. Had a really powerful night with Morgan and some friends. So, having said all that, a couple more hellos. Joan Kirkendall, Nelson Quiros, Christina Peels. Who did I miss? Joe Delaney's here, another Liverpoolian. And Crystal Gonzalez, my homegirl from Corpus Christi, Texas. Duncan Alexander. Let's see, my friend George Balafas from Greece. And yeah, all right. So, and Jane Moore. So, Elizabeth, why don't we just jump into it? And this is what we do on Soul Speaks 5D, because we believe that we've experienced and seen that the highest activations, most powerful transmissions and downloads come from two open, vulnerable souls speaking to each other. So
Yeah.
I guess we're front and center right now. And just remember, another way to say I am soul is I'm not afraid to show my ass. So you're knackered.
Yeah. Have been for 3 weeks. Had a really I mean, you said about going through being squeezed through the eye of the needle. I've had feel I've been thrown back to root fear, and I've been, it's like I'm going through multiple gateways. So I'll go through a whole purging, and then I'll have whole realizations, how to work with whatever's coming up, have sort of amazing experiences, states of bliss, and then I'll go woof right down again. And this has been going on for 3 weeks. Before I got this, I had a dream of Palladian came to me in a dream and said, and the first time they've done that, and he was in a sort of male form, and he said, you're going to go through a really strong gateway, a really strong initiation, the strongest you've ever experienced. And in the dream I went, oh no, I've done those, it's going to be fine. and I was really like, look, I'm cool now, I'm cool, I think everything's going to flow. And he went, no, you really need to listen, you really need to hear this. And he was like really adamant. So now I realize this is what he's been talking about. And
did this happen before the 18th of last month, before that full moon?
Yeah, I was thinking about five weeks ago. Yeah. It was after I went to Bosnia, which was an incredible journey. So the whole thing is totally tied in, like it always is. The higher vibrational size of ourselves, the universe, is all knowing what's happening, and my human being self is kind of going, oh, I'll do this now, and I'll do this now, and I'll do this, and then it's like chung 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 chung, everything's aligning to whatever is happening. And so yes, it's been very intense. So
yeah, I think so. In so many ways, the veils are being lifted, many veils, and what I'm finding, even like last night, I was in the presence of two disincarnated transition friends, right? Souls.
Oh.
While I was with Morgan and my friends. But that's just one way. I think people are seeing things with their visible eyes. I mean, through visible light. There's people talking about seeing energy moving. There's a lot of activity in the stars, spaceships, starships. So I think, it's every aspect of our reality is being, I don't want to say tested, challenged. Every belief system is being challenged, every belief system. I think some of these disclosure issues or themes. I think some of those we're going to find are going to be more and more questionable, but at the same time, the truth's going to continue to rise. Hey, what's up? Who's that?
That's Jem.
Jim?
Jem.
Jim. Okay.
Yeah.
So, did you get any intel from this dream with the Pleiadians? Did they tell you anything besides, please listen to us, don't be so stubborn?
No, it was a very brief message, and that I'm going to be all right. And I have been tuning in, and they're saying we can't give you all the intel. I don't use that word, you use that word, but we're not going to give you all the intel because you're not ready to hear it yet. You need to be very present in the moment, which I'm being.
Yeah.
And you're going, so that you really learn and you really experience the learning. So I have had experiences where they've, I've had premonitions and visions, and like we're all getting now.
Yeah.
But at the moment, I'm just doing massive clearing, and it's all to do with being in the heart space.
Yeah.
And being with compassion, and I'm just moment by moment, I'm going with how so much judgment I carry towards myself, other people, criticism, basically that closed heart vibrational space, and that needs to clear. So that's my job at the moment. And it might seem obvious, but just today I just had like a breakthrough where I know it's, people say, and I've been saying, love all the parts of yourself. When we're in the shadow, it's about allowing that. And I understand the idea, but it wasn't until today when I just put my hands on my heart and I said, I hear you, which is the same as saying, I accept.
Yeah.
And I allow, but I had to experience it myself. And it's like, it's going in that sort of spiraling onion where I'm not where I was before, because I know I'm surrounded by light. It's incredible. I feel like I've got this light all the time. The guides are around me more than the veil. There isn't any veil now.
Yeah.
They're very, very present, and yet I'm very in the digging deep to get it out. And I know I'm on. There's something new coming around the corner. That's what it feels like. And a lot of one of the reasons I wanted to speak with you was because a lot of my friends, colleagues, clients, students, I don't want to say clients, I can't think of another word, but people around me, like physical dis-ease, emotional, a lot of anxiety, money worries, because the system's wobbling and we need to break through that. And I'm just seeing it everywhere around me, and it's how we support ourselves, how we support one another through it. And I just keep saying, we are in a different place. There is this light. We are connected.
Yeah.
But we are moving through something really significant. And I did get the message in June, we are coming out the tunnel, so there is going to be light, but then it's going to start up again. Because we're just going through it and through it and through it and through it. It's
like wormhole after wormhole.
It is like every day.
So there was I don't know if you saw it yesterday. We had a gentleman on by the name of Patrick McCormick who was channeling Cartronian or Cartron.
No.
A type of kind of a Bashar type of multidimensional being that he's been channeling since 1994. It was very interesting.
Wow.
So there was a Q&A, and I asked him some things, and one of the things that he said that I resonated with, because I kind of been hearing it, not really totally understanding it. I guess understanding it, but not fully willing to accept it, which is we got to walk away. Because we don't got to do anything, but I mean, the only way we can't fully step into this higher dimension, whatever you want to call it, 5D or whatever you want to call it, without letting go of every aspect of third dimension.
Yeah.
Every single aspect of it, including what rules our lives in terms of its rules and regulations and laws and contracts and, you know, borders and passports and visas and all this stuff. And it's going to take some real balls for some of us to do that. But someone's got to do it. And and I think what you're saying and what I'm picking up from you and what I'm picking up from others and myself is there's no level of disclosure in the external, on the global stage, in our families, in our communities, that is not going to be first within ourselves. So it's a prerequisite that parallels what occurs on the outside in the collective. And I think that's what's happening is we're all having a come to Jesus meeting in our head with our higher self and the identities of our human. And they're so minute and subtle. You can barely, we're finding stuff out, and they may not be huge, giant thunderbolts hitting us in the head, but they're making us realize what nothing is, the nothing that is everything, you know. So I really appreciate you sharing this because I think it's important right now.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, it is. I mean, my trip to Bosnia, because I had somebody, I want to mention this, I had somebody who came for a session and I didn't know about the pyramids in Bosnia, and they kept showing me pyramids. And she was Croatian. And so I stayed with lovely Layla in Bosnia, but I flew over and because I was going to go to Slovenia first, and I was told, do not get on another flight. And the people that I went to stay with was going, are you crazy? You can fly in like 1 hour. And it took me 12 hours by coach to go through all the borders. But I knew I had to travel the land and be with the people, and experience the borders and experience all the human beingness of, because they've had war really recent, mass graves there.
Yeah.
And so it was important. I don't know how to say it in a way that I don't mean to be judgmental, but I didn't want to be like a colonial spiritual new age person. Oh, I'm off to the pyramids. I'm going to take a flight. I'm going to land there, be in a hotel, have my little trip with the pyramids and fly back again. I realized that my journey there was to connect with the people that are in the land, and there's a connection with the people that are there. There's a connection why there was a war there.
Yeah.
There's been wars throughout the globe, but that's a very recent history that the people are holding in their lives.
Yeah.
And so I had to sort of take the time, and the border thing was all very hairy, scary, and then actually we found we couldn't go to all the sites because certain people own all the land where the pyramids are, and they are trying to make money, so you can't go. So we couldn't go to all the sites because they were saying, oh well, you're an English person, so you know we want like 70 euros or whatever it was, and all these kind of things happening. And then with the tunnels, I went in and I've experienced that there was these galactic beings that were guarding the entrance to the tunnel.
Okay, so hang on one second, just so I can. So you're talking about at the pyramid, the tunnels at the pyramid. Okay.
Yeah.
And just because and that's in what, Bosnia or
Bosnia?
Croatia?
Yeah, Bosnia.
Yeah, which to your point, that's probably been the most severe war that's gone on in the last 20 or 30 years. I mean, it was a very intense. It was actually longer ago than that, but I had a friend who was in Navy intelligence that went over there, and he was absolutely horrified. Now, this had been back in the 90s.
Yeah.
He went as a humanitarian with the government, and it was just, so that energy's there is what you're saying. That energy has affected the people now. And I understand that these pyramids were discovered like just recently. I mean, I'm not gonna be like last month, but I mean, it was in the last few years.
Yeah.
And I've heard that they're very, very powerful. So
Yeah.
now you're saying that there's tunnels,
Yeah.
and before you entered the tunnels, you said there was galactic guardians. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah. They don't have any eyes, and they were like soldiers in a way, that guarding the place. And then
Did you speak with them or attempt to?
Yeah, and they were very sort of wary and concerned about all the people going in the tunnel and what was happening. But they were very much caught in their own time loop. I felt energetically they'd been through hardship themselves.
Yes.
And only recently did I'm so dyslexic. Judy Satori did a video, and there's a big stone artifact at the entrance that's got light language. It's got writing on it, which she quoted somebody who's deciphered it. And the message was
this light language, the same age as these pyramids?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So we're talking, these pyramids are older than Egypt ones, and they were when we were hunter-gatherers, stone age people. So human beings could not have built them, basically.
Of course not. Now, do you remember what the message was that she translated?
Yes, it was that they were at an impasse. They were there had been some kind of, I don't know, conflict or something, and that they were having to leave, and they would come back to the Stargate, but they were at an impasse, and they couldn't stop whatever was happening.
So they would come back to the Stargate, being the pyramid.
Yeah.
At some point.
At some point.
Yeah. And I wonder if that's in part what's happening, because I had an experience with an off-planet nature being the other night, and the message that I received when I communicated with him was that it came for the great gathering, and he explained that there was many previous that there was many beings and entities or energies that either had not been here before or had not been here in a long time because they weren't able to. Somehow or another, many portals or gateways or stargates had opened up, and that the whole universe was coming. That's what it sounded like to me.
Yeah, that's exactly. He's spot on. Exactly, that's what they said. And when I walked in further, I mean, it was extraordinary. When you go into like the deepest point, or one of the deepest points, they're finding more tunnels more and more.
Yeah.
It's the resonance, the hertz or whatever is just really off the charts. And physically, I was just in pain because all the toxins and stuff was coming out. I could hear this like.
Was it coming out of the toxins coming out of you? Or
yeah. And then I saw the tunnels. Then were like quite sort of round oval. You can quite easily walk through them. Mm-hmm. And then when you get to the more inward, it feels like that there were phases where different beings were active in the different parts of the tunnel. So when I got to the healing chamber part, they were narrow and thinner, and the beings were very light vibration, and I felt sort of more at ease. Not that I didn't feel threatened by the other guys, but I felt they felt sort of a lighter vibration in some ways. And then when I came, and I was coming out, it was like, I don't know, massive train station or something. It was like all these beings, like it's like a huge like roadways, pathways. They're all doing their thing.
Would you say that there were a variety of different star nations?
Yeah, and I haven't met any of them before. I've worked with a lot of different star nations with myself and other people, and these were none I've met before, and they came at different. There's been different phases of. I kind of could understand experientially. There's been different phases of galactic beings that have come at certain points, but they were like I don't know, it's a bit, it reminds me of when I've had mediumship kind of experiences, when people have like passed over, died, and they've not gone on, and they're in their own time loop.
Yeah.
And they like, you know, they kind of created their own reality because they don't want to believe they're dead. But it wasn't like, they weren't in denial that where they were, but they were in their own realm, sort of vibration. And I've had this for quite many years. Certain beings, I'm not used to us human beings being able to pass through the different dimensions, but I kind of trip into them quite. I'm now realize I've been doing that for a number of years. As a child, I'll kind of go, oh, I'm in another dimension.
So
which
yeah, I mean, that's interesting, because I mean, like you're talking about, I know for me that happened a lot when I first woke up, was meeting these souls that were disincarnated. And they were, if I had to look back at it now, I would say that they were in the fourth dimension. They were
that makes sense.
But now that you're saying this about these star family, these Star Nation people, whatever, galactics, it just seems like this gathering, you know, all these people massing here, there's got to be, it just feels to me like the energy of what you're saying to me and what I'm seeing is that it's part of this universal correction. Like, in other words, I hate to put it this way, but like a lot of bad stuff happened here. A lot of low vibrational stuff happened here, and it wasn't just the humans. And it didn't just happen to the humans. It was layers and layers and layers and layers. In some fantastical way, we are the center of it, and our very own unveiling, personal unveiling is the power of it.
Yeah, definitely. So I was not expecting any of this. It wasn't like, that's what I mean. It wasn't like I had a nice little, I don't want to sound so derogatory to any, but like, oh, I just dropped there, have a like la 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 experience. So it was very rich, very educational, very powerful, and very profound, and the ripple effect literally is still having an effect.
Did you were you able to speak to any of them, or were you able to communicate with any of them?
Well, they did something rather strange. They kind of passed right through me, and I'm like, is this how you greet your other selves? What, is this okay? I was kind of checking in. So they've kind of, I'm like, I'm now become a portal. That's weird. It was very non-verbal, very visceral, very sort of physical experience. Time went like, it was like I was there for like over an hour, but it felt like 10 minutes. So I believe the communication went on at lighter, deeper ways that my human being self can even kind of.
Do you feel like anything you ran into, was it familiar? Did it seem like maybe even another aspect of yourself?
No, which kind of felt alien. Whereas when I've met other aspects of myself, from Lemurian to I don't know, to my other starseed origin and other family parts, starseed family part, it feels home. But these beings they felt alien to me, except for the white ones that were kind of more, a bit like Palladian in some way, similar vibration. But they felt very ancient and very, because they are. I mean, we're talking. And then I did a group Zoom journey to connect with the Bosnian Pyramids, and then the next morning I woke up and I just didn't feel physically in my body, and that started all this shifting and anxiety, and like, because I thought, I've never experienced anything like it. I think I must have had a massive download. And that's what the Palladians were like, I think, also kind of giving me heads up over.
Which was what? That you were going to be getting a lot of downloads?
Downloads and a lot of light coming in, that we're going through these multiple gateways, that we're being pushed through to be at a higher vibrational place. So I've obviously on board with this, though my human being is being very resistant. I'm having to work quite hard with the amount of resistance, and which has really surprised me, because I've had starship like come to me in the night, and I've woken up and they kind of, I'm like in this light and blissful state and feel like I'm gonna and I won't go into, we've all had these amazing experiences, and
yeah.
I'm thinking, why is this freaking me out? Why am I freaking out? I feel like at times I'm like completely freaking out. And it just, I think we're getting to the real core stuff now. It means business now.
Yeah, I agree. I think they talk about we can only give you so much because it would blow your mind or fry your body or you burst into a fire or whatever. But I think that regardless of all the changes, carbon to light body, revelations, epiphanies, sacred geometry code, whatever. I think the thing that's being eased into us, or has been eased into us the most careful, is who we are, what we are, and what we're a part of. Like the story, the real story. And I know we say stories don't matter, but there is a story going on here. This isn't just source breaking up into all these fractals and experiencing things through us. This is more than that. There's something going on, and it's not so much the history or the lineage. It is all of that, but the most important part of it is what's happening right now. What we do with this, what we do with this, somehow or another. They've all had their opportunity, and you can call it future, past, parallel, alternate timelines, whatever. But they've all had their moment in the sun. And this is ours. They do not have dominion over us. Nothing has dominion over us. We are sovereign, free souls expanding the template of life. And that's what I'm picking up on. That's just me though. But that's what I'm picking up on. The human is the hero, and not just to the human.
Exactly. I mean, I got messages from the Arcturians, I don't know, 6 months ago, saying they need us, and also we're connected with some of us are that the star family, but they're saying we really need you to be doing this work. And I find the angelic, fairy, and all guys, they do actually intervene. They do actually count, because they are our family. So it's not that we're victim, or because like I love how you say that. It's that we're on the equal level. It's just us waking up to that. And they will do as much as we, our higher self, agree to or ask. But I do find that they do come in and they do intervene.
Absolutely.
Thankfully.
That's right. Thanks for that. That's absolutely right. So it's like I don't know, you could slice it up into like 12 pieces, and this piece is the light body conversion, and this piece is the history, and this piece is the expanded skills and abilities. And so there's all these elements: galactic, angelic, the elementals, and our relation to all of them is just as significant, vital, and interesting, one to the other. But it keeps leading us back home to ourselves, and that's where the real commitment, discussion,
it is commitment,
pledge is made, the embracement of what we are, who we are, and what we're a part of. This is where it really happens, and no one can do it for another.
No, I know. I know. We want, and that's the old paradigm. We want to be, that keeps us in the victim role, so we want to be rescued and all that. And before all this happened with the trip to Bosnia and the latest waves, I was thinking, I want to get rid of all my stuff. So I knew I was already getting the message of it's time to let go. It's time to surrender. And I was like, and then I got given a new name. It's like, now what do I do? I don't want another thing to kind of accumulate. But it's still really strongly with me that I feel I just want not run away, but I just feel if I could just get rid of all my stuff. And I know that's my soul heart calling of wanting to not be weighed down by the old stories, the stuff. I just call it the stuff. And I think if I just keep tuning into that, it's just tuning into that soul resonance. And I was thinking about the whole, people are feeling it so much about the financial wobble, and that needs to happen. And I only in December went full time to walking this path, not having one foot in the system. If you like.
Yeah, I know that feeling. Go back to that for a second, and don't let me forget to tell you something too.
Oh, okay.
I don't want. No. Something just that occurred to me yesterday, which for some reason popped up, and I'm supposed to share it. So, the financial wobble. Is this something that has to happen?
Yes.
Is it something that we can alchemize with a strong minority in the collective by basically alchemizing our shadow into more light? I mean, isn't that what we're really talking about? I mean, you talk about the resonance in that tunnel in Bosnia, but aren't we not divine resonance? Or at least have the potential to be that. I mean, I guess what I'm saying is, and I'm just using the financial thing as an example, but it's almost like moving into an energy where there's no thinking required. That the only thinking is owning up to what you need to own up to in service to the God seed, to the self, which then parallels outside of you, as within is without. I mean, I don't know. Do we need to, force another type of commerce? Do we need to, I mean, I don't know. To me, it feels like this energy on all fronts is one of less thinking. Takes the thinking out, and you're just, it's feeling and moving towards those vibrations that resonate with you. Something like that. Yeah,
I really resonate with that. It feels like my human beings is constantly, I don't know what, the words that have been used don't feel quite fit, but anyway, the human being ego, but we need our ego. But for now, I'll just say my human being self is always doing catch up. And just a little delightful thing happened to me yesterday. I was feeling like I was feeling really knackered. Of like, oh, here we go, another wave of stuff coming up, and all the doubt, and what am I doing? I drag my physical body to nature, because that's when it just dissolves, and then I'm fine. So having to be out in nature a lot and all the time, then everything's fine. But then I was there thinking, it's a bit late, it's a bit hot for my dog, it's a bit hot for me. So my human being's going criticism, judgment, and then I see this person just kind of looking lost in the wood. And I wanted to say to her, are you lost? But I felt I had to be like socially conforming. So I thought, what has she lost? I said, have you lost a dog? Because I knew she hadn't got a dog. I thought that's a good thing to say. I said, have you lost a dog? She went, no. And then she just looked at me. And she said, I'm looking for a tree that there was this memorial that it was 10 years ago. And I thought, I don't know. I said, well, there is this tree that you're very near, which lots of people leave offerings to. And I actually did a remote healing for somebody who was going to pass over. He had cancer. And I was drawn to that tree because that tree is a beautiful elder who helps all that transitioning over. It's an oak tree, and it's in a kind of little vale, very old oak tree. And I could have just said, oh, just go there. But I actually took her down to the oak tree, and very quickly we had this whole conversation. And she said, oh, that's amazing what you do, and can I come and see you? I said, sure. But we carried on talking. And then just as I was about to leave, I thought, no, they're telling me I need to say this to her. So we had this whole kind of conversations about Galactic, and she said, oh yes, someone sent me a tape with this really weird sounding stuff. And it was like singing, but not singing. And I said, Lemuria. And she went, what? My body? What? Oh my goodness. I said, you're Lemurian. She said, well, that's why I knew you were part of my family, but not. And it was just this beautiful moment of sharing. And it was all meant to be that we meant to meet at that time. But my human being had its own little talking about, I'm up on the heath too late, it's too hot now for my dog. But that didn't matter. That didn't matter. Yeah. I was meant to meet her, yeah, and give that kind of waking up, that little leg up to her. And to me, it's just trusting those moments. It's just, yeah, trusting. That's what will make the abundance. That's what it's all about. Yeah. And it's mutual, and it's, even if it's, you know, somebody performing or speaking in front of, say, 20, 30 people, it's still mutual. Everything, yeah, that they're putting out from that place, codes being exchanged. Yeah. Like, and I feel, sorry. No, I was just going to say, like what you said, and this is really important, to listen to our higher self, or to that guidance, or whatever you want to call it. It's very important because, first of all, well, like you said, it brings that abundance, and abundance is across the board. You know, yeah. Yeah. It's not about, yeah. So we all know about the old system keeps us small, keeps us locked in the lack of, that we have to fit in and not be who we are, and we're frightened of being who we are, and all that, yeah, all that, and we're money, afraid to say what we're being told to say. Yeah, yeah. Which is, and I'm just being shown. It's again, it wasn't little. It was profound. You know, a reminder of this is what's going on. The higher flower of life matrix in 5D above. This is what's really. I mean, I sometimes hear. I hear. It's if it's like 1,000 bees humming. It's the golden hive of the cosmic divine something or other. I'm not always very, if I'm channeling, I can be make more sense and be more poetic. You want to take a hand at channeling now? Oh, I could do. What would be light language? Whatever you think, whatever okay, resonates. Okay. All right. Let's see what we can pick up on. Yes, I So letting it all go. Trusting in Mother Earth, Gaia. She has shifted. So have we. Opening our heart. So hearing the tone more than the words, not listening from head but head in heart, heart and head. Caring for one another, not complicating things. Hearing hearing, sensing, everything is energy and vibration. Well, we have to release, we have to let go, to be realigned, to clear away. More galactic style family, you call us, say we are coming in here. Then oh no, you are ready. You have everything, we have everything. July, they're showing me, I mean, for talking. I'm trying to get in and they're like, told me off. I sometimes forget this when I'm channeling, and there's like, I'm trying to, they're kind of like saying to me, be quiet. But that's the interesting thing. We're talking about sovereignty. I'm probably seemingly really a bit crazy at the moment.
No. You're doing a great job.
Where we're like, I'm like trying to, they're like, we're coming in now. Palladian mothership, yes, and more people are going to be saying on our feeling, in the Kia,
Wow.
I was clearing some of that. It's still going on here. I don't know whether you can feel it. Yeah. So for 3 days, I've been working on the old monetary like structures, and then the flow of energy, the higher vibrational flow of abundance, just kind of. So that was
Wow. So wow. So I'm picking up on what we were talking about. Listening to the higher self, or other aspects. We are the higher self, listening to the other aspects. And what I was getting, this is really weird, like the present, past, future, all comes together.
So
we need to speak. We need to speak what we're receiving and do what we're receiving. This last 2 or 3 days, or is it today, or I don't really know, but it's extremely powerful. this thing about the mothership, the Pleiadian mothership. It could be metaphoric. I don't know, but I'm just picking up on what I listened to Morgan light language, and I understand most of it. She's never done it on camera and probably never will. It doesn't matter. And then I listened to other people, and this was a very clear transmission to me. And I knew it before you even started. I was being told,
Yeah.
she needs to do this, or she will do this.
Mm.
So I heard, there was, it was a particular star family, star nation voice, like Arcturian.
Yeah.
And I clearly heard this coming month, like July.
Yeah.
Like something. And I go back to something that I picked up on yesterday. Somebody mentioned it because I don't think of these things. And that is that this new moon today, right? It's today.
Yeah.
This new moon is the last new moon before the next eclipse, which I believe is the 2nd of next month. And then I guess the new moon would probably be the 3rd. And then you have the 4th. So it seems like, and also reflecting on what people have been talking about on this show over the last 7 to 10 days, which is something is more than imminent now.
Yeah, definitely.
Something is upon us. And,
yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
I was wondering if we can get Denise to come on here with us right now.
Cool.
Denise, you want to come on up here with us? Just raise your hand or send me a message, yes or no. Nothing like putting her on the spot. That's what we do at Soulogy.
No. She's probably going, ah!
I think it's, let's see.
Just give me 2. Oh yeah, that's a yes.
Oh, okay. All right. So as soon as she messages, we'll bring her up. Yeah.
Yeah, just give me 2 minutes. Yeah, that's what she said.
Okay. Let me see here.
Oh, lots of love. Ushi anda here. Okay,
here she goes. Let me just clear that out. All right.
Oh,
Denise? Let me see if I can get her on this way. She's having a little bit of a problem. Okay, here she comes. No, maybe she can't get on.
Well, her name's there, Denise, but not.
Yeah, but her mic's off.
Right.
Well, we tried. Let me try something else. I made her a host so she wouldn't have to ask to start video. Okay, let's try this. And unmute audio. All right. We might have to do it another time.
Oh, okay.
It's okay. We'll leave her on the screen and see what happens.
Okay.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Very powerful download. I need to share something. You started dialogue with mentioning eye of the needle. It is important to say in my first language, it is ear of the needle, as sound is most important.
Oh, yes, that's Layla. Is that Layla?
Oh, there she is.
Oh,
hello. Uh-oh, wait. Only thing we don't have is a mic. Her sound is not on. So can you unmute? Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Hello.
Hello, Denise. How's it going? Welcome to the party.
It's going. Thank you. It's going pretty good. I wasn't expecting this. Well, I kind of was. I thought it might happen, and then I decided it wouldn't. So I'm just going to move this up here, actually.
That's what happened. That's what happens when we think too much, right? Which is what we were talking about. Like we're getting away from the thinking altogether. You know.
I'm not at home either, so it feels weird.
Oh, yeah, I was thinking that looks different. Mm.
So how are
Yeah,
you,
I'm just at
Denise? How are you,
friend.
Denise? It's nice to meet you.
I'm good.
And
Yeah,
let
it's
me
good to meet you too.
and I'm just running right through this. You guys mind staying on over the hour? We're at an hour,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
can we go another 15 or 20, 30 minutes?
Cool.
So
Cool. Yeah.
you guys, you two, I mean, I pick up on the energy with the work I do. And so you pick up on a lot of things. And I imagine other people do too. So I'm nothing special, but I've noticed you guys had a certain synergy from day one. Like almost like I had to think about who I was talking to because Rudwick, Chadwick, they were basically giving me the same flow of energy, you know, the same message energetically. So how do you guys explain that? Because I know it's got to be true. It's got to be.
Well, we're all reconnecting, aren't we?
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely a strong connection between Elizabeth and I. And I was just trying to remember then when how we first connected, and I can't. It was
Soulogy. It was you saw me talking with Todd, I think, last year, and you messaged me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
That's how it started.
Yeah, and we're both going to be at Glastonbury as well.
When is that going to happen?
Solstice. So from the 19th
July.
to the 20th June.
Of June.
Oh, in June. That's so.
Yeah, only 2 weeks.
Yeah. Holy shift. So,
only 2 weeks. It is, isn't it? Oh my.
So you got
I need to know the night today.
Jen McCarty's over there, Shamir Baba Ra's over there, Amanda Lawrence is over there.
I know, yeah.
That's some powerful juju, you guys. Wow. So have you guys had any dual dimensional experiences or anything like that? Lucid dream? You ever meditate together or consciously connect with each other?
We do a lot of codes together.
Okay.
We've had a lot of shared experiences through that.
We did some clearing of yours, didn't we, together? So we did.
We did.
Because that's
Yes.
something we both do, is that we clear the shit from environments and yeah. But yes.
I don't think we've connected in the dream time. I don't recall that.
No.
Yet. Or not consciously.
You guys just look like twins.
And it's crazy that we've not even met. Like I just can't comprehend that.
Now where do you live, Denise?
I'm in the north of England, in North Yorkshire.
Okay, and then
so I'm northeast.
Yeah. And Elizabeth, where are you at? London?
London.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I've always been south or southwest.
Yeah.
I've never felt the desire to go North England or Scotland. I've gone, but we both have a connection with Outer Hebrides, Bridie's, Bridget, and I've been there 3 times. And Denise just went recently, and I was like, oh no, I want to go as well. So I've been and to the Orkneys I've been a lot. We're going to be going to south of France, a pilgrimage to Mary Magdalene in September. But we were both going to go to Bosnia together, but that didn't. It wasn't meant. But so we're going to south of France instead. So
that sounds very intriguing.
Yeah.
That's a powerful place. That's taking on more prominence as we speak. So I don't even have to ask. I would imagine that your stories are very much the same in terms of how long you've been connecting in your own little world with the universe in this fishbowl of a realm. But so Denise, do you have any I mean, do you channel like Elizabeth does, the light language, or do you have other attributes?
Yeah, light language has been coming through since I was in Byron Bay in Australia. The first time was just a sentence in about 2011, but it started coming through much more strongly in 2016 before I left. And Byron's very Lemurian energy, and I had a really strong connection with the whales there as well, and they were kind of quite instrumental in the energy coming through. Yeah. The way that I channel beings isn't really, when I channel, I'm still very much in there, and I'm not always as conscious. I don't always get what it is that I'm channeling, especially when I'm doing light language. I just know that it needs to come through, and I do a lot of activations on the land as well, and I'm not always aware of what I've actually done. But I'm just aware that it needs to be done, and I can kind of feel the energy quite strongly. Yeah. Mm. So same but different.
Do you want to do some now?
Sure. And Elizabeth, if you feel, yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Kirana sto orana kaya sto, hiana ko ona sto ranaka at orana. Hele hient arana ko ot oista, hele nekit oista aranakia ot orana, hele nekia no makaista arana, kuleste hian orala nakit orana. Kia arana ko ist orana kia te di, erana ko hana maka, kele ste hian to ola, kila neko orana kia sto ranaka at orana. Ele nestohranaka ast, homaka aranaki at oranaka tat. He anakoranaki sta, helanaki to oranana de oist iharnama. Oranaka. Kelenestohranaka, elenaki oranaka est orana. Kelenaki to oranaki it oist. Homaka anakaya torla anaki it ola. Ke anastohranama ke it anako onatach. Hole hian tola anadukut osta. Ana makia horna kia ost orana at oya.
Orkot in kultuur het enorkot het enoi oi oi sian Yeah.
Neasta arnaka urta. Anamakiana kusto hiantia. Elitornayaka as urt anakeato otosta. Lehiantola ana kusta ernakoma at orsta. Hiat orneki it. Art osta. Himakiao. Hiant orna dat ast ornaki ornaki atanasta. Hiamaki ornaka ornaki ornaka.
Very. Yeah. The fairies are here.
Yeah, I noticed.
Okay.
You two are amazing. There's something amazing happening. I don't know if it's this date, it's 6/3/9/12. Something amazing's happened. I feel it. I'm being spoken to. Well, it's just been a continuation. It's this when the show started. It's just, and I know it's not just me. It's got to be everybody.
Yeah, definitely. Everyone's.
It's got to be everybody. I'm okay. I was told when Elizabeth was on that we need to speak what we're getting, and specifically that I needed to say what I am about to say, which I promise you, this is no bullshit. I'm just doing what I'm told, which is my higher self, which is me, right?
Yeah.
This isn't about Todd. It's not about Morgan. It's not about Soulogy. But I'm being told to declare and to state that Soulogy.One network is a universal cosmic galactic network. We are not just broadcasting to the people that watch the lives and the replay. This is actually a medium for the entire universe, where everything's being pulled in, everything at our disposal, every frequency that we can add all of us together is being pulled into this transmitter, and it's being transmitted universally to all star nations, all beings, all planetary bodies and celestial bodies, because they're all learning as we're learning. So
Beautiful.
I'm going to say to everybody, we welcome your love and your support and your contributions. We're not afraid. We understand the mission. I can't be the only one that something's jumped into on the earth, but this is real. So this is, endless gratitude, love, honor, respect, and reverence. And everybody, never underestimate the power of one unique and equal soul, especially your own. What the hell was that?
Someone knocking right loudly.
Sorry, that
it started at New York time midnight. It was 6 o'clock p.m. here, and I had Luke Elijah on, and the thunder booms were pronounced throughout the entire show on his end in Singapore.
Wow.
It was quite amazing. Thank you for letting me share that. And
That's beautiful.
it's
Beautiful.
not
Yeah.
you know, it's not so bad, it's not so scary for us to speak up and do what we're being told from a higher level. We don't need to hide anymore. Because
No.
what we're doing is we're hiding from each other, and we are mirrors to each other. So if I hide myself from y'all, then that's that much less of you that you're going to see. If I project this main line to my higher self outward, then more of the brothers and sisters that are my mirrors and I'm theirs are going to see themselves. And this is what I'm being told, and by God, I'm doing
it. You are. We are.
We all are.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying
Yeah.
on a personal level,
No,
I'm
yeah,
going to do it.
yeah,
I'm going to do it. I'm not telling anybody. I'm just telling myself I'm doing it.
I know. Yeah.
Period. No, it's time.
Yeah.
It's time. This is it.
It
It's
is.
time.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Todd, that sound was a door closing quite loudly, but it just felt quite symbolic. That's what that sound was.
Boom.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think that was the door to the 3D was closing.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what I think it was. You guys are absolutely amazing, beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
You have a real history and connection. I can tell. I mean, it's obvious. I think that Denise just froze.
Oh, yeah.
But look at that smile.
Exactly. Lovely places to breathe. Yeah.
So, yeah. It's all or nothing.
Yeah.
It really is. It's all or nothing.
And I was just thinking today about, you know, we're not just a ladder or a line, a chain of holding hands. We're this web of, and so, you know, we're holding each other, linking hands with each other, and so we can support more people. That when everything starts to have, it's got to change. It is going to change.
We don't.
So that gives me courage, because I'm thinking, okay, there's that bigger part of me that knows that this is right, and then I'm getting the support, and I'm showing others that by living it.
Yeah.
And we're all doing that, and we need to do that. And then and I was thinking of the people that have been ahead, have been doing that, and it's getting like critical mass now, and it just gives me courage, thinking, oh, I'm part of something.
Yeah.
And yeah. Oh, Denise is gone.
Yeah, she's been gone. Well, I don't know whether I should just blast off the couch, start doing this stuff that I'm hearing in my head, or go for a walk. It's going to be a really powerful day today. We've got Franco Di Nicola coming on in 45 minutes.
Right.
Cheryl Corcioni's coming on today, and Nalini Diasora is coming on.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's going to be, Morgan's really done a hell of a job. She's the producer, and lining up the right energies and the right.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to go for a walk.
Yeah, I think
I need to go. I need to go ground, or I'm going to have to.
Yeah. You'll be like.
I'm going to be filming like that.
Yes.
I'm going to be up on the ceiling saying, "Hey, Franco, how's it going?" It's a beautiful thing. It's a lot of energy out there. All blessings to everybody.
Yeah.
Listen to your higher self. Let's listen in. That's the you, me, we, and it. Let's listen in and let's follow that direction like we've never done before. Not hold ourselves back anymore. What do we got to lose?
Yeah. Well,
we've got nothing to lose. The only thing we've got
everything's a game.
I'll tell you what we got to risk after listening to your encounter at the Bosnian Pyramid and seeing those other dimensional beings in loops That's what we have to risk. What we have to risk is
Mm.
falling into one of those loops, which was Lemuria, which was Atlantis, and so on. This is our opportunity to shine. This is our opportunity in the sun. And so we can all do that by that internal dialogue and direction that we receive. Nobody's going to do it for us. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why I'm talking about all this, but I'm being told to, so I'm just going to do it.
Yes, and it's all here now. Like I think it was all part of people's, depending on where we are on our awakening, to like, oh, I was Lemurian and oh, I'm a Lyran, and that's all very beautiful and very important when we remember. But it's bringing it here now.
Yeah.
So we're present.
Yeah.
Because otherwise we're not going to be with everything, galactic whatnot selves and our family parts and
Yeah.
so, but I do see that that's important part of other people's journey, and so
Yeah.
just honoring where we are in that, and
Yeah.
But it, yeah.
All right. Well, I'll be seeing you
Okey-dokey.
again. I'm sure we'll be doing this again.
Lovely.
You are a pleasure. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure
Oh,
to
pleasure.
see you and so many others transform into a more infinitely beautiful soul from the first time I met you. Hopefully people can say the same about me, because I've shown my ass plenty of times. But thank you so much, and thank you,
you.
Denise. Thank you, Denise. I was very honored to
Oh, it's
be
beautiful.
there and
Yeah.
witness that. Take care.
Thank you. Have
Tell
a
the-
wonderful day.
Tell the fairies I say hello. I'll see you.
Yeah. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.